All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Moose, and we are here. We're going to be doing a solo queue MooseCast, the first solo queue MooseCast that I'm going to be doing in a week. So I'm recording this live. It is going to get, of course, uploaded a little bit later than that, but still going to be a fun time. Really excited to see you guys here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this one as well. Before we get started, again, wanting to continue to improve stuff, wanting to continue to get things better and more, I guess, more professional and stuff. So trying to try out some new things and go through all of that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's shout out Young Fappy playing as the Malphite over for the Red Bramble Vax. Thank you for being on my friends list and letting me cast your match, spectate it, so I don't have any delays or anything like that. I don't have to deal with trying to find a game at a high level to try to cast for. We're looking at Grandmaster Challenger level players here, not in Champions Queue, but still very high level players. Should be a really fun and exciting matchup, to say the least. And as we get started with it, let's go ahead and get into the team comps and discuss where we're at, and we'll go from there. All right, so I've named the teams Blue Sentinels for the blue side, Red Bramblebacks for the red side, obviously, and I'm going to be using those as placeholders for like you would do for regular games or for casted tournament matches or things like that. So for the Blue Sentinels, you've got Lunacia playing as the Jax up there in the top lane, Emotional FW playing as the Viego. You've got a Nuno one and a one. Oh my goodness, that's a tough name. Playing as the Victor, the Crazy Goose playing as the Ezreal, and then DDoS playing as the Karma. Meanwhile, in the Red Brambleback side, you got Young Fappy as the Malphite, Elvin playing as the Rengar in the jungle, a bunch of numbers, 202, 203, 24 playing as the Corki, Spawn playing as the Samira, and then Zenden7 playing as the Nautilus. So we always have to pay attention to the mid lane match. We gotta see, how well both mid laners are able to scale into the mid game and who has the better early game that's going to be able to have the more impact when we move into, say, a second Rift Herald fight, a second Dragon fight, maybe in a first Rift Herald fight if they are able to get control of their lane. Very important to see that happen. Hopefully, we will get a good mid lane matchup. Also, can't deny the scaling split pushing power of the Jax. Lunacia, was looking to have a pretty, dominant game. Hopefully, we'll have a pretty substantial early game to go up against the Malphite and maybe deny some of the tank pressure that he might have later in the game. But of course, there's always the chance that you've got to be careful with when it comes to the Malphite in terms of the unstoppable forces. We're not going anywhere too crazy. Elvin's going to be looking to go in for the deep invade, but he's going to get hit by the stun. Will have to use flash, does cleanse out of it, and now Emotional FW is in trouble. They just collapse upon the Sentinels, and the Bramblebacks are able to get themselves 2 kills. First blood going over to Elvin. He does not fall, and Spawn able to get himself a kill as well. Very nicely done. Great re-engage from Zenden, finding the nice dredge line, and then Elvin actually, beautiful use of the augmented battle roar to be able to cleanse out, and they're able to find DDoS as well. The Karma just trying to be able to save this red buff can end up resulting in their death as well. So really, really nicely done coming in from the Brambleback so far, and they do not seem to be wanting to stop for that. Emotional FW is going to get hit by the dredge line, going to get Rude, going to try to run away, and will be able to, but the Red Brambleback, the red buff is potentially going to be available here, except Emotional FW's got to be careful because this has been a lot of warding over here on the side of the Rift, and it's a killing spree for Elvin so early on. Gravity Well gets dropped, but 202 should be okay. Not picking up the kill, but did pick up a little bit of harassment there, and giving Elvin the killing spree. 4.5 minutes into the game, 3-0-1. I don't want to say that this game is over, but it's feeling pretty over as Spawn just gets obliterated once again. This is a clinic on having early vision and capitalizing on the early game advantages that you were able to get. Spawn able to come through, finds, and they find DDoS, finding another kill, and getting Spawn on a 2-0 score right now. Really, really nicely done. Lunacia in trouble a little bit, though, around 300 HP, but it doesn't really have to worry about the power of the Malphite just yet. Young Fappy not quite yet in the Unstoppable Force, so should be okay. But all those early kills resulting in a lot of gold for Elvin. He's going to be able to pick up his wolves, and then I expect him to go back. He's at 2,300 gold now, having a ton of presence here in the early game. And, you know, with those double buffs, being able to deny Emotional FW, who's still just level 3, he should be feeling really happy about his performance and, you know, should just be able to help carry the Bramblebacks into a victory here today. Elvin's actually just going to go for a full clear. Not even going to go back. Going to go for another full clear, getting all of these camps down. We'll have a ton of gold, almost 3K, moving into his first back. So going to almost have enough gold to pick up his first item. Really, really nicely done from Elvin. Really nicely done from the Bramblebacks. They are now in a 5-0 lead up against the Sentinels so far, who have definitely not had the early game that they wanted. And all of that off of the just early warding that they were able to get. Emotional FW went in, tried to go for the kill. It goes in the Bramblebacks' favor 2-0, but then they don't let off the gas. The Bramblebacks decide, hey, you know, we're going to drop wards in the river. We're going to drop wards in the jungle. Crazy Goose is going to get hit by the dredge line. Spawn's going to have to flash away. We'll use Cleanse as well to be able to get away from the Spectral Maw, but going to be a bunch of summoner spells getting used. Elvin is there, but he's not quite at level 6 for Thrill of the Hunt, so might not be a good gank. We'll get hit out by the ward as well, so we'll just provide presence. And Crazy Goose at level 5 is going to be pretty much in trouble here. They don't know that Emotional FW is still here, but he is going to have to worry now with Elvin being in the area. Zenden gets rooted, but then is able to back off, so we'll be just fine. And they finally do get the back onto Crazy Goose and to Emotional FW, so the play does end. Meanwhile, level 5 for Elvin. He's going to try to solo the Drake under the tower. Young Fappy's going to fall on the top lane. Pardon me, I didn't even see that one going through. But doesn't even use the Unstoppable Force there. Fappy is going to just fall. It's going to be the first kill over for the Sentinels, and it's a good kill there. Lunacia is about 14 CS in the lead. Fappy does not have teleports. We will lose CS here in the top lane, and Demolish from Lunacia is going to be able to get him at least a turret plate, if not more. He's definitely going to be able to get 2, so really good play and really good timing as well, being able to stop Fappy from being able to respond to that. That's 2 turret plates, 320 gold for this Jax, and trying to stabilize this game a little bit here for the Sentinels. Meanwhile, Elvin, Thrill the Hunt ready, or was ready, but did expire. Nua 1 going to get hit by the leap. Gonna try to survive, but no, Elvin's on a rampage. He will trade it, though, as 202 does get hit by the tower and will fall. So not quite the play that the Bramblebacks were looking for, but it is still resulting in a 1-for-1. The mid laners do fall. Elvin is now potentially in trouble here. Flash is going to be able to go for the Spectrum on to Zenden as he tries to get away using the Dredge line. Heartbreaker getting used as well. Emotional FW will not be able to continue the pursuit as he used Flash earlier to get the stun onto the Nautilus. So unfortunately, will not result in a kill there, and both Elvin and Zenden will be able to survive. Pretty nice escape, to say the least. However, the game is not over yet. The play is not over yet. DDoS is in trouble. We'll use heal and flash to be able to get away from another nice dredge line that Zenden was able to come through with. So that's going to lead to just even more of a power state here for the bot lane for the Bramblebacks. Able to pick up even more damage, of 22 CS lead and both summoner spells onto DDoS. Crazy Goose will have exhaust up in just a second, but you know, now Spawn is feeling pretty comfortable with his position at the moment. DDoS not really going to be able to push forward, so they're going to be able to get another nice chunk of damage onto the turret, and will continue to leave and keep the momentum going there. Uh-oh, shutdown in the bot lane. Gonna be a true shot barrage. DDoS will pick up the kill onto Zenden. So that's big there for the Sentinels. Crazy Goose coming through. An emotional SW as well. Being able to provide the assistance there and will help make sure that that shutdown happens onto the Samira. It's an extra 450 gold in Crazy Goose's pocket. That's the Coalfields Warhammer. And that's the tier, or not the tier, it's already been upgraded, but the cloth armor. That's, you know, a nice buy there for the Ezreal. Nice picking up that Caulfield's Warhammer. Pretty big. However, will that be able to continue to keep the pace, though, as we do get a potential play topside? 3 members of the Bramblebacks are in the topside river. They're going to try to go for the Scuttle Crab, which they will. Lunacia is going to see that the missing pings are coming through from Uno 1. And that means that the play does not happen, but they do pick up the Scuttle Crab. And Elvin, 4-0-2, with the Yomu's Ghostblade, is feeling pretty confident to go in for this Rift Herald. We'll try to pick it up here. Got to be careful, though, with Lunacia and Emotional FW in the area. They could be looking to go for the play here. Young Fappy going to get hit by the stun. Is going to flash away. So they will know that Emotional FW is there, but they won't get to the Baron Pit in time. The Rift Herald will get taken by Elvin. Now, Emotional FW is going to get dove upon. 202 is coming through. Throw the Hunt's going to come in. The Heartbreaker is going to use to try to be able to dodge away, but Elvin's going to try to go for it, and he just obliterates Emotional FW there. Super massive damage coming in from this 4-0 Rengar, picking up yet another kill. Deep dive coming in the bot lane as Crazy Goose falls. Going to be a lot of damage onto Spawn, trying to be able to get the kill, and sure does. Nice play from Zenden, being able to use his extra HP to pick up the turret shots that Spawn is able to go in using the death, or the infernal trigger, pardon me, to be able to come through and give the kill over to Spawn. It's going to be a nice pickup there for the bot side for the Bramblebacks, and they're going to be able to increase the gold lead to about 1.8k here at the 12-minute mark. Dragon spawning in 38 seconds. Taking a look at the state of the game right now, we're 12 minutes in. 5 turret plates getting taken here against the Bramblebacks. The Sentinels have been pushing forward, using the power of the Jax in the top lane pretty effectively. And also a couple of turret plates there for Nuo 1, as he's able to punish the roaming that the Corki has been coming through with. On top of that, you've also got a couple of mythic items coming online. Spawn picking up that Immortal Shield Bow. Going to be Yomu's Ghostblade coming through. A lot of damage on a Crazy Goose as the Rift Herald drops. Elvin going to snipe in and takes the kill against the Ezreal. And with the Rift Herald getting dropped, Spawn will be able to pick up the lion's share of that turret gold as the first turret of the game does fall, thanks to the Rift Herald capture a little earlier. Maybe going to find a second headbutt there, but with Emotional SW in the area, he does have smite. He should just be able to drop it, and he barely gets the smite onto it before the headbutt lands. So good timing there from Emotional SW. Was hoping maybe not to have to use a smite, I think, but unfortunately really having no choice in the matter. Very pushed up a bot lane. Emotional's going to continue to stay up there. Young Fappy is going to fall once again as Lunacia picks up a deep kill in the top lane, and the dragon gets taken by Elvin as well. So a very exciting, high-action, high-octane early game coming through. Crazy Goose is going to be in trouble. Yomu's has expired. Trying to Arcane Shift away. Gets the shielding from DDoS, so will be just fine. But now Zenden is coming through. Does not drop the dredge line onto DDoS until just yet. He picks up the elite from the brush, and Elvin is godlike as he takes another kill off of the Karma, now 1-4-1. Across the Rift Arrow, Divine Sunderer picked up for Lunacia as he's able to get the first tower of the game. Young Fappy 0-2-0, 40 CS behind. You're really hoping on the side of the Sentinels that this Jax is just able to really pop off and deny a 5-man play from the side of the Bramblebacks. But so far, he hasn't really been able to do anything else other than going in the top lane. Crazy Goose gonna get hit by the depth charge and not the dredge line, so he'll be able to get away and will not fall. However, they continue to put the pressure in on the bot side, and they continue to keep up that, that power that they've been able to build up. A 7-0-2 Rengar, a 3-1-4 Samira. I'm definitely happy about that. And on top of that, Elvin has 2,000 gold in the bank, is going to be able to buy that Eclipse, I think, pretty much immediately when he does come back. When he goes back to base, maybe just waiting to be able to pick that up before he does eventually go back. But he's, he was able to get so far ahead from that earlier play in the jungle there. Being able to get 2 kills on emotional FW before the 5-minute mark is pretty massive, and being able to keep the Viego behind. Viego wants to be able to stay in the lead. He wants to be able to have control of these fights and wants to scale nicely into the mid game. But so far, really hasn't been able to do that. He's behind in CS. He's behind in kills. He's behind in pressure across the rift. And he will unfortunately not be able to really put that in just yet. He's going to look to go for the play against 202. Does get the Heartbreaker. Does go for the final shot. And will eventually be able to pick up the kill against the Corki using the red buff or the red smite power there. It does result in the kill, but it is a 1-for-1, and now Uno1 is going to be in trouble. Gets hit, but is able to drop the Gravity Well and the Chaos Storm onto Spawn, who's down to now 100 HP. Will back off, but no deaths there. Speaking of mythical items, now online, the Duskblade of Jakar is coming through from Elvin. He knows how powerful he is, and he's going to try to capitalize upon it. Lunasia's in trouble. Can he pick up a kill? He cannot. Young Fappy takes the shutdown gold and gives himself a kill, as they're able to stop Lunasia from pushing forward a little further. And that's going to deny, or at least slow down, the power of this Jax a little while longer. So good play coming through from Elvin and Young Fappy to be able to deal with that. Meanwhile, mid lane, Crazy Goose and Didas try to be able to continue to keep the siege up. We'll pick up the mid lane tower in the mid lane. Yes, the mid lane tower in the mid lane is in the mid lane tower. So at least able to get some more gold in their pocket. Behind by 3k gold, but it is definitely not insurmountable considering that they were so far behind at the very beginning of the game. The fact that they've been able to keep up so much as they have is definitely a good sign. Spawn is kind of getting poked down here, but Elvin's going through. Oh man, this Rengar, 8-0-3. Elvin knows his damage meters, and he's just able to pop Crazy Goose. He's got the Essence Reaver, but he does have the protection of, like, the Crown of the Shattered Queen, and so he will eventually fall. Zendin is coming in to try to get some protection over to Spawn, but it won't be enough. He will end up falling, and now Zendin is running for the hills. 202 is there, has the package ready to go, is going to drop it onto Lunasia, who comes down. Teleport is ready for Young Fappy as well, but Elvin is the one that's dealing all the damage. He's going to flash away, and it's a double kill for 202. Young Fappy does not yet have Unstoppable Force, so they will end up backing off. Rengar, 700 gold bounty. It ends up being a 3-4-2 play in favor of the Bramblebacks, as they are able to get that extra kill onto Crazy Goose before the initial fight, but they did not allow force that extra little bit of damage to go in against Nuno 1. He survives, and it is still going to be about a 4,000 or 3,000 gold lead here, moving into the 18.5 minute mark. Unfortunately, because of the power of the Rengar and because of the way that the team fight happened, the resets do end up going over to the side of the Bramblebacks. They get to the river and to the Drake first, and so they will be at Soul Point 1840 into the game. Really early Mountain Soul, or really early Soul Point scare there, which is coming in from all of that early game power that Zendin and Spawn were able to build, and that's going to lead to a lot of really good performance so far from the side of the Bramblebacks. Spawn putting in work. Zendin even has had some amazing dredge lines. Young Fappy has just been all alone in the top lane. He's behind in CS, but he doesn't necessarily need to be so massively ahead as long as he's able to drop a good Unstoppable Force in these potential 5-man fights. They should be feeling pretty happy about, his position so far, and definitely wanting to continue to keep up with the potential team fight potential that they bring to the table. On the Hunt is ready for the... Thrill the Hunt. Sorry, Elvin. Thrill the Hunt is ready for the Rengar if he wants to potentially go for it. We'll see that DDoS is there along with Crazy Goose, but they are not yet looking to go for the play, and so the Rengar will back off. Picking up a Last Whisper out of that back, and... oh, maybe not. Serrated Dirk, Longsword, Ruby Crystal, so more lethality coming in for this Rengar. One more hit there from 202, and he will have his upgraded Manamune, which he sure does have now. And he'll be able to get that nice little power spike. Also picks up the Hex Drinker to be able to get some resistances and that shield, that super powerful shield, to go up against Nuno 1 and the Victor and Crazy Goose and the Ezreal, so that he's able to survive a little bit more magic damage. I'm not opposed to the play. I mean, obviously these are, challenger grandmaster players. They know what they're doing. And it's pretty smart buy. Like, you want to be able to have that power. You want to be able to have that shielding coming through, and it gives you decent stats as well. So nicely done there. Lunacia is going to get stunned in. It's a 1v2. Young Fappy still has Unstoppable Force if they wanted to go for it. But Thrill the Hunt ready to go for Elvin. He's trying to run away. And Young Fappy is now going to get stun blocked in, and that's emotional FW. Picking up the kill onto the Malphite. Teleport getting used by the Victor as well as Flash. Unstoppable Force was proc, but it didn't go anywhere. So a Young Fappy ends up falling before he can make anything happen with that. He has his fully stacked Tear of the Goddess, so he is waiting to be able to get that Fimble Winter online. And with his lane opponent down, Lunacia is going to be happy to be able to go in for the kill onto that bot lane tower. Dredge line and the depth charge going to land on a Crazy Goose. Double kill for Spawn as he flashes forward using the Inferno trigger. That's 2 kills in the mid lane for the Bramblebacks, and they are now looking to go towards Baron. 21 minutes into the game. They've got another tower about to fall. 202 is going to pick up that gold, and so definitely, a nice emergence there for the Bramblebacks. As the Chaos Storm gets used, Young Fappy's going to teleport in. They almost have the Unstoppable Force ready to go, but instead, they decide to back off. They don't want to give up too many kills or give up a kill and a shutdown, and they'll reset. All right, we good. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk too much. You get coarseness in your throat, and it's definitely not fun. But you know what? Okay, literally not dying, but yeah, we're good. We're fine. All right. Let's see where we're at here. What? We got a 4,000 gold lead for the Ramblebacks. Minutes spawning until the dragon is up, and currently it is the Ramblebacks with river control, trying to be able to continue to keep it that way. Thrill the Hunt is ready to go for Elvin. He's going to be able to land the damage onto DDoS, but not quite the kill just yet. He's going to go golden. He has an hourglass, and so he will be able to survive. Is on a legendary killing spree. Will get shut down by Lunacia, but not before 3 members fall. Nice assistance coming in from the rest of the Brambleback squad. They're able to pick up 3. Most importantly, the kill onto emotional FW. However, the saving grace out of that play was that Lunacia and this Jax was able to get 1,000 gold from the shutdown onto Elvin, who went way too far forward. He was feeling confident. He had the hourglass. Knew that he was going to be picking up a Guardian Angel relatively soon. However, he does die. But with 2 members still down here for the side of the Sentinels, the Bramblebacks going to be able to pick up a 24-minute Ocean Soul. Or, I'm sorry, not Ocean Soul, Mountain Soul. The extra shielding's going to feel nice. And this game is looking pretty objectively over. Here, the Sentinels are just way behind in terms of control on the map, and as well as, the dragons. Bounties are also available as well, so any play that the Sentinels might try to go for is not going to be a really, high percentage one. As the Thrill the Hunt lands onto DDoS, DDoS will fall. Lunacia is now there. Young Fappy's going to Unstoppable Force in. A lot of damage onto Young Fappy, but he is going to still be alive. Zenden's gonna fall. Young Fappy's gonna fall. Spawn picking up the kill. Inferno Trigger gets used. It's 3 for 3 going down. But 202 and Elvin still survive, and they're able to back off. So yeah, I mean, that is a pretty good play there. I think coming in from the Sentinels, they pick up 3 out of that play. I mean, you take that, especially when you are so far behind. Elvin, though, looking to go up against Crazy Goose. Got to be in trouble. Gonna get rooted. Oh, no. Gonna end up falling short at the red buff there. So Elvin back up to a 400 gold bounty. Man, this Rengar is so far ahead. It's so lovely to see a jungle be able to carry, and Elvin has definitely been able to do that here. He's 11, 1, and 7, does play to Drakkar, the Edge of Night, the Youmuu's Ghostblade. Nua 1 is his next victim as he gets the shutdown onto the Victor. 253 CS, looking like he had a bit of a farming bounty there, but regardless, that is going to be another kill that is going to maybe allow for the side of the Bramblebacks to try to go for the Baron. And depth charge is going to land on Lunacia as well as the Unstoppable Force. Lunacia is going to fall, and the Baron did not get de-leashed. So the rest of the Bramblebacks are going to be looking to pick up the Baron buff, which they will. That is another big neutral objective going over to the side of the Bramblebacks, and the Sentinels are running for the hills. They know that they are so far behind in this game. They've got to continue to try to go for these low percentage plays and maybe make something happen, but man, this is really good performance here from the side of the Bramblebacks. Big plays, 12, 1, and 7 Rengar, a 10, 3, and 8 Samira. Like, you're getting your gold where you need it on the side of the Bramblebacks, and the Sentinels just, you know, they are feeling the damage from this Rengar. They're feeling the damage from this Samira. And they're going to try to finish the job here, the Bramblebacks maybe, as the pushing from the Baron buffs now come through. 202 does have 2 items. Luden's, oh my gosh, Luden's Tempest, Manamune, going to be able to pick up a lot of damage onto DDoS. The Karma is so low. Gonna find the depth charge on to Crazy Goose. He tries to back off. Lunacia's going in, but he gets junked down as well as we see the Unstoppable Force land from Young Fappy. He is so low, but he will flash away. It's a triple kill for Spawn. He's looking for the Quadra. He gets the Quadra. He gets the Pentakill. The Pentakill for Spawn to really cap off an amazing game. Congratulations to Spawn, and congratulations to the Bramblebacks as they pick up the win and the Pentakill at the end of that one. Really cool to watch. So yeah, with that being said, that's gonna do it. Congratulations to the red team, to Spawn for being able to get that pentakill. That definitely should feel good to end the game off of. But yeah, the early game power of the Rengar, being able to get those early kills onto emotional FW was definitely the big problematic point for the Sentinels. They were never able to back off from it, but again, you know, really solid performances, really nicely done. Spawn being able to get that pentakill at the end, definitely that nice icing on the cake. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Appreciate you guys handling my coughing, my throat problems. But regardless, again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Have a great night, everyone, and take care.